You wake up already tired. Not from lack of sleep, from the sheer weight of carrying everything yourself. Every single morning, before your feet even hit the floor, your phone lights up before your eyes fully open. The to-do list starts running before your mind even agrees to it. And somewhere in there, you tell yourself you'll get to God later, after the emails, after the kids are out the door, after you've caught your breath. But later has a funny way of never arriving. You tell yourself it's a scheduling problem. If you just woke up earlier, if you just had more discipline, if you just tried harder to make time, then the morning would feel different. So you set the alarm, you buy the journal, you download the app with the verse of the day. And for a few mornings, it works. Then it doesn't. What if the problem isn't your schedule at all? Hear this clearly. The issue isn't that you're missing motivation. It's that you're missing connection. And those are not the same thing. Think about your phone. At some point, you plug it in at night. You don't think about it. You don't will it to charge through sheer determination. You simply connect it to the power source, and while you sleep, it fills back up. Now imagine trying to use that phone all day without ever plugging it in. Just willing it to stay alive through sheer effort. Pressing the button harder. Wishing the battery percentage would rise. That's exhausting just to picture. And yet, that's exactly how so many of us approach our mornings, unplugged, running on yesterday's charge, wondering why we feel drained by 10 a.m. Now picture Jesus, fully God, fully human, carrying the weight of an entire ministry, surrounded by people who needed him constantly. If anyone had an excuse to skip the quiet morning hours, it was him. But scripture tells us that very early, while it was still dark, he got up and went to a solitary place to pray. Before the demands, before the crowds, before the day could speak first, not after, before. This wasn't a productivity hack. It wasn't a morning routine in the way we talk about them now. 5-step systems, promising a better you. It was something much simpler and much harder. Connection before consumption. He plugged in before he poured out. Let's talk about two people. Call them the striver and the abider. The striver wakes up and immediately starts pouring energy into the inbox, pouring patience into the kids, pouring focus into the meetings. By mid-morning, the striver is already running on fumes, snapping at small things, feeling guilty for feeling tired. The striver believes that if they just push a little harder, manage their time a little better, the exhaustion will eventually go away. It doesn't. It just gets normalized. The abider does something almost embarrassingly simple. Before anything else, they sit, they breathe, they open their hands, sometimes with words, sometimes without many at all, and they let themselves be filled before they're expected to give anything away. Not for an hour, not with a perfect routine, just present, just connected. Same demands, same inbox, same kids needing breakfast, but one of them is running on empty by 9 a.m. and the other is running on something else entirely. Not a system, not a checklist, a dwelling. What if your mornings have never actually needed more discipline? Just a different starting point? What if the exhaustion you've been calling burnout is actually just being unplugged? By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to change where your morning begins. Not by adding more to your plate, but by reordering what comes first. And it might be simpler and gentler than anything you've tried before. So how does this actually work? Not in theory, in your actual morning, with your actual life, your actual noise. Here are 3 shifts, not 3 new habits to add to an already overflowing list. 3 shifts in order, in where your morning begins. Shift 1, the plug-in shift. The flip. Stop trying to generate your own energy for the day. Start receiving it instead. The practice, before your feet hit the floor, before the phone, before the list, before anything, give God the first 2 minutes. Not a formal prayer, not a perfect devotional. Just, I'm here, I'm yours. Fill what's empty, that's it. You're not performing a ritual, you're plugging in. This single shift changes everything that follows, because everything that follows is now running on a different source. Shift 2, the narrative switch. The flip. Stop telling yourself the story that you're behind, that you're not doing enough, that your tiredness is a moral failure. The practice, when that voice creeps in, the one that says you should be doing more, praying more, Trying harder will interrupt it. Replace it with the truth. I am not the source. I am the branch. The vine does the work of producing life. My job is simply to stay connected. Say it out loud, if you have to. The striver's inner voice says do more. The abider's inner voice says stay connected. Shift 3. The small returns practice. The flip. Stop saving your connection with God for the big quiet time. That never seems to happen. The practice. Throughout the day. Return. Even for 10 seconds. Red light at the intersection. Return. Standing in line. Return. Hand on the doorknob before you walk into a hard conversation. Return. These aren't interruptions to your day. They're top-offs. Small returns to the source, so you're never running on empty by 3 p.m. Now picture what your life looks like when these shifts become natural. You still wake up to the same demands. The inbox is still full. The kids still need breakfast. Nothing about your circumstances has changed, but you have changed quietly, gradually, from the inside out. Mornings no longer feel like bracing for impact. They feel like beginning from a place that's already full. And throughout the day, instead of white-knuckling your way to bedtime, you find these small moments of return, a breath, a sentence, a remembering, that keep you steady when before you would have snapped, or shut down, or just gone numb. You're not doing more. You're not trying harder. You're simply starting from a different place, and staying connected to it as the day unfolds. It's not about waking up earlier. It's about waking up connected. It's not about adding another task to your morning. It's about reordering what comes first. It's not about becoming a stronger version of yourself. It's about staying close to the one who was never tired in the first place. So here's what I want you to do. In the comments below, I want you to type, "Lord, I plug in first." Just that. Let it be a small declaration, a marker for where you're starting from tomorrow morning. If this spoke to something you've been carrying, share it with someone who's been running on empty too. They might need to hear this exact thing today. And if you want more videos like this, ones that take scripture and bring it gently, honestly, into the real exhaustion of everyday life, subscribe to Bibleresolve. We're just getting started.